watch here, him triggering William. Watch here. It goes downhill. Watch here. Classic example why I say debates suck and they're not fruitful. We're going to listen to about 7 minutes. Look at the face. Let's see. Smiling, laughing, very passive, right? But aggressive, covert narcissism.
8 and 6.
Run.
But to us, there is but one God, the Father. This title of this debate is Jesus the Most High God?
Watch out then.
According to this verse, how many gods are there?
There is only one God.
And he's going to trigger William by cutting him off, not let him make his point, and then laugh about it and play victim. Covert narcissism. It got really bad. In fact, I could see in the comment section, people were just like agitated, upset, and they were not edified. Not because of William. I'm not saying that because he's my brother in the Lord. He is my brother in the Lord Jesus, but I'm not saying that because I'm not trying to make him look good. This dude is a master manipulator. I've watched enough of his debates to now realize he's a master manipulator. He knows how to trigger you, play the victim, and calm. He doesn't get loud. Covert narcissism. Check it out. See what the signs are.
Son here as Lord is being presented as Yahweh from Deuteronomy 6:4. The Son is Yahweh. You can laugh all you want, brother. You're getting butchered brutally, brother. You can laugh all you want, brother.
But he did
you can laugh all you want.
He did not answer the question.
There is one, because God is one in nature.
I let you answer. You answered it clean. You said the Lord.
But you're not going to make a statement and move away. But you're not going to make a statement and move away and go without.
One thing about cross-examination. If you're cross-examining me, you cannot then rebut and make a speech. Look the rules of debate. Cross-examination. You ask me, I answer, then you got to come up with a follow-up question. Cross-examination, you don't ask me and then rebut me and move on to another question. That's not cross-examination. Watch what he's going to do.
Tell me what I could do. You can't control my 20 minutes, man. I do what I want.
Cross-examination, brother. Ask a question.
To us, there is but one God, the Father. So according to this verse, there's only one God, no matter how much William wants it to be multiple gods. And Luke, the first chapter.
I'm going to answer that. Moderator, you cannot make statements.
If you make statements.
This is happening already when they're 10 minutes into the cross-examination. So you can see he's been doing this to William, but I wanted to show you because this is the part where it just gets out of hand and no one was edified. Watch this. Now remember, I'm going into the middle of the cross. He started this way from the beginning of the 20 minutes. And you're going to see it when I rewind it because I'm going to address this claim about Revelation 3:21. But watch, that's why William's now frustrated. No, I'm going to answer. You're not going to just make a comment and get away with it. Look how long it takes just to restore order. Look.
If you make statements, he does get a chance to answer.
I get to answer.
You're asking questions. Yeah. Questions are different.
So I can't talk slick enough. I can't recap what he said.
No, it's
you can recap. You can recap, but you can't make separate statements.
You can't make a separate statement.
I said,
I'm going to answer that, Cameron. We're not going beyond this.
According to that verse, it says,
I'm going to answer that.
The Father.
And I'm going to answer that. I'm going to answer that. I said 1 Corinthians 8:6. I'm going to answer that. 1 Corinthians. I'm going to answer 1 Corinthians. Cameron, we're not going anywhere else, Cameron. I'm going to answer that.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer that, Cameron. I need a chance to answer. You're going to learn how to debate.
Now, notice how many minutes it's going to be. 5 minutes, guys. I have to just show you this. 5 minutes. Look how long. Just to restore order. Waste of time. Look, he's talking, not listening. He keeps telling him, I'm going to answer your statement, which was not a question. I'm not going to let you get away with making a statement about 1 Corinthians 8. Kept talking and talking and talking, and then plays the victim, and then, eggs him on and laughs at him to get angrier even more.
Today, I'm going to educate you today.
That's not a statement.
No, you don't. Yes, it was a statement. I'm going to answer that. I'm going to answer that.
I can do a recap of what I read.
I am going to answer that. Stop being scared. Stop being scared, Tazaryach.
Is allowed to do.
Let me
pause
again. Let me
I got to
pause
answer.
again.
Stop being scared, Tazaryach. Stop being scared.
What's the problem with letting him answer?
Yeah.
I didn't ask him a question. Here's how he paused it. You paused the time, right?
I paused the time. Thank
you. So I'm going to explain to you what I did. I asked him in 1 Corinthians 8:6. I read where it says, but to us there is one God.
You didn't hear anything I said.
And I asked him, I said,
let's try this again, brother. Brother, you didn't hear anything I said. So we're not being sincere. You're being sincere because you're holier than us. Did you hear anything I said? Guys, did you hear me say that the covert narcissist was being passive aggressive? He knows that William gets very animated, very passionate. When William senses someone is trying to bully or mock and blaspheme the faith, it's his trigger. So when someone knows your trigger and capitalizes on it in order to make you look bad, that means they're being demonic, satanic. Do you understand? This was a strategy. Okay. So which part you're not getting, that I'm not saying that William cutting him off, that somehow I'm justifying it. I know William. I know what he was doing. William is passionate. He's willing to die for his faith. And you can ask him, I told him this on the phone, that the guy was triggering you to make you look bad, says he played the victim. He's here. If he's listening, he'll tell you. But when someone does that, knowing that you're going to get triggered, they are of the devil. They are of their father, Satan, because there is no Spirit of God in you. Because if you're deliberately trying to cause me to stumble, then you're satanic. That's what Satan does. And that means there is no debate, because then you adopt the tactics of Jesus. Here, I'm going to challenge all of you guys. I'm going to give you guys $10,000. Here's my challenge. Show me a single verse in the Bible where a true prophet filled with the Spirit, or an apostle filled with the Spirit, and our Lord Jesus Christ ever engage and entertain people that they knew were blasphemers, perverts, agents of Satan, who had already hardened their hearts, closed their ears to the truth, were not interested in truth because they thought they had the truth, but only sought to oppose the gospel, hinder the gospel, and be a stumbling block to the true ministers of God. Show me where Jesus or the apostle prophets engage them in a friendly, loving manner. I'll give you $10,000. What you're going to find, Luke chapter 11, Matthew 21, Matthew 22, Matthew 23, Jesus mocking, insulting, ridiculing his opponents, whom he knew were hardened, and only wanted to contradict him and expose him and catch him in a trap. Rebuked them, insulted them, belittled them, and then asked them questions to stump them and show they were stupid. There was no debate. There was no debate. They didn't debate. Were we there? What about 1 Kings chapter 18, Elijah and the 400 prophets of Baal and the 450 prophets of Baal's consort? Astarte, right? Supposedly Ishtar. Did Elijah sit and have a friendly, loving, respectful conversation? Or he mocked their God and mocked them? And then when God did a miracle by bringing fire from heaven and consume Elijah's sacrifices, when they saw the miracle, he had all 850 of those prophets killed. What do you guys are not getting? So because William was set up in a debate where he couldn't block Tazaryach, throw him out, because it's not his channel, it's Cameron, and if he left, he would have embarrassed himself. William had no choice but to stay there. You get it now? All right, now watch here. Let's continue.
How many gods are there? And he said in that verse, God is the Father and Christ is Lord, according to Deuteronomy 6:4.
He made a statement after that, Cameron.
Did you make a statement? What was your statement?
That's what I'm gonna get to. And then so after he said that, I said, well, according to this verse, it says, but to us there is one God, the Father. He's saying that that's not true. And then I went to go to Luke 1:32, and then he said, I'm making a statement. All I'm doing is commenting on his answer, which I'm a.
Why are you commenting on his answer? This is not commenting. This is to ask questions, not rebut.
Allowed to do because this is my question.
I get to answer that.
See?
Wait, I get to answer that.
You can.
We're not moving on.
See, he gets triggered. You guys don't understand. All of us are broken vessels. All of us have weaknesses. All of us have been stained, have been affected, have been traumatized by Satan, demons, and sin. All of us need healing. All of us need to be transformed. Do you see what's happening? He's getting triggered. Just like I get triggered. Do you understand? You see? He's getting upset because he's trying to get away with statements instead of asking questions. And he said, no, you're not going to get away with it. I'm going to answer that. Look how many times he's going to say it. These are triggers, folks. What are you not seeing? Because I have those triggers. I'm just like him.
Just let me finish.
Yeah, let's let him finish his question and then answer.
The moderator without you being.
See the victim now. You see the victim? Just let me answer the question, man. And the moderators, you see, triggering him because he knows, and he said it. By the way, he goes, "This is the second time you did this," because he debated him before, so he knows what triggers him. That means, if you debate him, you're going to now have to do the opposite of what you normally do. You know what that means? You're going to have to be nice as a pussycat. Let him cut you off and you smile. So you cut me off again. That's what he's doing, rage baiting.
Rude.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let him finish his question and then answer as long as you need.
So when he gives his answer, because he's on my hot seat, I'm just talking trash on him as I go to the next question. Because he's in his feelings, he don't get to respond to me.
I'm going to answer.
That's what I'm saying.
The trigger?
Moderator, do you get what I'm doing?
Yeah,
here?
so ask your question and then he'll answer.
Look how many times you're going to be
right. No, I asked the question already. When he
No, you didn't. You made a statement after. I'm going to answer that.
What's the question? Remind the audience and me what the question is.
The question was, I read, but to us there is but one God, the Father. According to this verse, how many gods are there? That was the question.
Okay, let me answer that now. I did answer, and then you made a statement after. I'm going to answer that. You're not going anywhere. We'll be here till 10 p.m. if you want. I'm going to answer you
on your answer.
You can't make a comment on an answer. This is cross-examination. You ask questions. I'll watch here.
And you cannot make comments.
You telling me I can't give commentary on my opponent's answer if I disagree with it?
Yeah.
If you disagree, the correct thing to do is, and maybe I just didn't catch it with William, but the correct thing to do is ask a question.
Lord to the
right?
I
so even if you want to,
he wasn't smart enough to stop me.
I can't give him the smoke he was giving me, is what you're saying.
No, you didn't catch me.
No, I'm trying to be as fair as possible. I'm trying to be as fair as possible. I'm not trying to.
Brother,
see the laugh? See the laugh?
You're going to learn a lesson today. This is where you're at today. I'm going to answer that.
I'm learning.
No, it's not being biased, brother. It's not being biased, brother. I'm going to answer that now.
You didn't catch William when that's all William did was talk trash on me.
You should have been better.
See the victim? All he did was talk trash on me, because in William's cross-examination, he'd ask a question when he'd answer it and try to go off on tangents. No. Get to the point. Because they try to eat up the time. This is another debate tactic, brethren. Another debate tactic. Eat up the time. Another debate tactic. I want everyone to listen to this. Joey, everyone. Joey Chaldean, Joey for Christ, Isham Shicha, son of all of you. One cheap debate tactic is to eat up the time by going on tangents, so that when you keep cutting someone off and rein them in, you look bad. Let me make my point. Brother, you went on a tangent. Don't bring up irrelevant issues. Stick to the topic. Then you look bad. You with me there? Yeah, William destroyed his arguments. He did. But this is why I say, see why debates, don't debate unless you have to and if it's necessary?
You should have stopped me.
I didn't mind it.
You should have.
All right,
then
well,
I do mind it. I'm
okay.
gonna answer.
So, William, since you are admitting that that's what you were doing, let's let him do the same. To be
I'm
fair.
not letting him get away because he could have called me.
No.
Cameron, we can be here.
Wasted 6 minutes where Cameron had to stop the timer.
He does get, to be fair, he does get
when
a
he
chance
asks
to
this
interrupt.
question. When he asks this question, I'm going to answer.
Wait, hold on, William.
I'm going to answer.
Yes. Let's let him ask it. Let's let him ask his question.
Moderator, I appreciate you.
What he just did right now, he now appealed to the moderator's sentiment and emotion. I appreciate you, moderator. You are so fair and you're so balanced, even though he thinks Cameron is a white cracker because he's a white devil. See what he did? Masterful, master manipulator.
You recognize and he admitted he was doing it, so now you let it.
Weren't smart enough to stop.
Yes.
Weren't smart enough.
Now,
You got to.
He admitted. Now you wow. You see how he did? Master. Look at it. I want you to hear this again. Listen.
Talk trash on me.
You should have been better. You should have stopped me.
I didn't mind it.
You should have.
Right,
then
well,
I do mind
yeah,
it. I'm
okay.
the answer.
You hear it? You talk trash to me, but I'm a bigger man than you. I didn't mind it. I didn't complain. Covert narcissism, man.